Yo! Yeah, so I was learning about this thing in history, so I decided to do help my friends with it. Okay, let's go. So cliche. So pretty much here is the US. I know some people don't like the place, but actually started because of England. Basically after I think it was 7 years war or something. They lost a lot of money from fighting France, Great Britain, and then they were like, yo, US, we need some money, so they touched them. And then the US was like, no, and then they declared their independence after the Boston Massacre. Well, not afterwards, just like after, progress events afterwards, you know. And then, yeah, these were the colonies that declared independence. It started as this thing. And then in 1789 or 1780, sorry, 1783. My apologies, everyone. Sorry. 1783. The Treaty of Paris happened, ended the American Revolutionary War, and then they got this territory here. So yeah, they expanded. Oh yeah, and you see Florida here. That is owned by Spain at this moment. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry about this. I used permanent marker like an idiot. So yeah. Sorry about that. So France and Spain at this time were very good friends. So then there was a territory in Italy which got ceded to them, and then now this part was now owned by France. But they didn't like the UK very much and was fearing to lose this land to the UK. So they were like, you know what, let's give this to the United States, this solid. Because France and the United States are actually very good friends as well. Okay, so yeah, the war of 1812, they tried to take Canada. But then Washington was somewhere here, was burnt by the British. So they decided to stop trying to expand north and focus on the south. Also, some people crossed here and tried to get here. And then the US took this with a military incursion, 1819, and yeah, that's theirs now. And then this part, Oregon, is shared by the United Kingdom. I don't know how, but yeah, shared with the United Kingdom along with the British Columbia here. Sorry, they didn't actually occupy British Columbia, just this part. Around 1835, it is the Mexican-American War. Texas, which is mostly settled by people from here, the US, declares independence from the Mexican Empire, and then shortly after is annexed to the US. And they still have conflict claims over here. Texas was annexed in 1845. Thank you. The rising United States manages to defeat Mexico and then takes all this land here from Mexico. The only reason they went to war was over Texas, because of conflicting claims here. And then you see this part here, this is California. And then gold was actually discovered here. There was a lot of gold here in this area. And then more people from here came over here. The pioneers and the Mormons as well. The Salt Lake City. Fertile farmland and just big. There was this guy called Williams H. Seward, who was like, yo, the US, we have to become a great global power. So then he wanted to expand territory, of course. So the Russian Empire was fearing to lose this territory to Britain, and also was in a lot of weird stuff. So they sold Alaska to the US in 1867. And yeah. But then they tried to buy Greenland, Iceland and some territories in the Caribbean, but didn't work. So now it is 1898, there are railways across the country to get to places faster like Los Angeles to New York or somewhere here to Omaha. Yeah, it's pretty good. They annexed the Kingdom of Hawaii, and then there was this place called Cuba. It was something like that. And there was a lot of Cuban separatists from the Spanish Empire. and then a US ship was blown up somewhere here. So they declared war on Spain, and then they freed Cuba. Freed Cuba, and then I'm not going to draw it here, but they annexed Guam and the Philippines, which are both in the Pacific Asia. The Pacific Asia. My apologies, everyone. It is not Pacific Asia. It is Guam is in the Pacific and Philippines is in Asia. I just started a war. My bad. I'm very sorry. I made a severe continuous lapse in my judgment. So yeah, that's pretty much all the expansion they did. Apart from like a few years ago when Trump tried to buy Greenland. Yeah. They also, so going back a little bit, they lost Philippines and Guam to the Japanese Empire, which were later given independence from America. So yeah, that's the expansion of the United States. Pretty good. Thank you very much. Peace out.